Welcome to the Talking Sport Report podcast with Scotty and Eggo.
Unbelievable!
It is episode 40, the Talking Sport Report. G'day, my name is Eggo, and with me, the man, the myth, the legend, Scootus. How are you, champion?
Mate, hello. 40.
Yeah.
40.
Which
10
is
more.
what we turned this year.
Oh, can you not?
2026, the year of 40.
Jesus. 10 more episodes. We'll have to get the bat out.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we'll have to raise the willow.
Were you a big celebration at 50, or were you sort of like priming? Like I celebrated 50 like I was never going to get another run again. You know what I mean?
I was just trying to think as to whether I scored enough of them to actually warrant a big celebration.
It's a good point. I think the 250s that I scored, I actually went on to get 100, which it's kind of weird. Like that was it. I never got just the 50, but then again, you don't realize that at the time, do you?
Well, I think back to it, like, we played grade cricket together at Thornton, and
yes,
I
in
scored
Newcastle. Yep.
Yeah, scored a 70, scored a 90, scored the 100. Went and played pub cricket, and I'm like, wow, this is going to be a piss take. Never scored another 50.
Yeah.
Ever.
Unlucky.
So I honestly can't remember back that far as to what the celebration would be like.
And I was upset because I came and played pub cricket with you, and I was in Sydney at the time, and I was driving back to Newcastle, so I wasn't playing every week. And then you didn't rock up one week, and that's when
You scored your ton.
Scored 100. And I was like, Scotty wasn't here. You were working, packing the shelves at Woolworths, I think, weren't you?
Smashed it. No, I was out west.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, out west. So, wow, God, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
It is, and it's very easy to get distracted. But we've got a huge show tonight. We're going to be talking about the whole Steve Smith legend status / what went down the other night in that Sixers game, which is just quite bizarre. We're going to talk about NRL. Finally, we're back in the NRL space. We're getting ready for Vegas. It's getting close to season opener. The Bears have dropped their logo. I want to get your take on that, plus their storylines and their signings. And fights that have gone wrong. The Zoo fight on Friday night, Big Nelson, there's a lot to talk about there. And we'll also unpack some of the NFL because we are only a couple of games away from the Super Bowl kicking off.
A lot going on.
There's stacks going on. But let's kick off with a new segment that we want to drop, and we want to do it at the top of the show to get people involved. It's all about great achievements. Now, that's a really shit name. So we don't want to call it the Great Achievement. So first up, if you've got a good idea for a cool name to call this segment, basically we want to celebrate the wins that people are having. I want to start us off to give you an example. Good mate of mine was in my bridal party, Angus O'Loughlin. Angus split the G. Have you ever split the G, Scotty?
I can't find the G-spot.
No,
let alone split it. He's done well.
That sounds painful. No,
that's a medical procedure for sure.
You don't want to split that G. You want to find it, but you don't want to split that one.
Doesn't exist.
No, it's the Guinness. It's where you buy a pint of Guinness and it's got Guinness written on the glass, and then you've got to drink. The whole point is you have your first drink of Guinness, and you've got to scull it to literally have the line land right in the middle of the G. Very hard to do. Most people, you'll see some funny accounts on Instagram and TikTok basically taking the piss, going, I'm trying to split the G. They scull the whole thing and go, fuck, I've got to come back again tomorrow. So it's one of those ones. But Angus O'Loughlin split the G. It's very, very hard to do, and he did it. So congratulations.
I've never tried it. That's huge.
Huge.
That's huge.
Celebration.
So I've got a couple of names. I think we could either, and I'm just throwing them out there, we can either go with Greatness Unlocked.
That's shit. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm giving you the shit one.
Yeah,
giving you the shit ones. Now I don't even want to come back.
Say it again.
No,
say it again. No, I hurt your feelings.
No, don't want to talk about it.
You little
don't
pussy.
Want to talk about it.
You little pussy.
And you know yourself. We've got the fucking best listeners. I'm sure
do.
They are going to come up with some absolute rippers.
Yeah. So we're going to throw the challenge out there. Please help us name this segment. Great achievements. And we'd also like people to send in their achievements. Another one that I've got, my cousin plays first grade for Hamwicks in the Newcastle cricket comp.
Yep.
Scored another 100.
Another
on the weekend. Yeah. He's just lapping them up this season. I could be wrong here, but it could be 2 on the trot.
You make it sound like it's just easy.
Yeah.
Like,
to him, it seems like it.
One.
It sounds like
this is a piss take.
Reece
piss
Hanlon.
take.
So Reece Hanlon in the Newcastle comp, racking up the hundreds, which is pretty impressive. So I think that's a great achievement.
That's awesome.
Have you got any great achievements in your life right now, Scotty?
Not really. Didn't shit myself this weekend. That's
Hey,
promising.
neither did I.
Hey,
The little
shit,
wins.
We're in for a good week.
Oh,
If we're starting
oh
off
mate.
on those peaks, we're on.
That is very impressive. So please
Oh,
send us
top
through
that.
your name suggestions for what our great achievements. We want to start the show every week with a bit of good news, bit of excitement, people doing some fun things like Angus O'Loughlin splitting the G. What a legend!
Split the
And
G.
we'll talk through all great achievements next week. So
Ripper.
our first story off the rank is Steve Smith.
Talk
and for
about
anyone-
achievements.
Oh, now this guy is an absolute freak. Now, for anyone who wasn't a part of this story, Steve Smith has had a pretty stellar career. I ran you through these earlier, Scotty, but let me go through them again. Steve Smith has only had 35 innings as a Sydney Sixer. In those 35 innings, he has scored 400s. He now holds the record once again for the most hundreds ever by one person in the Big Bash. He scored 850s, so 12 out of his 35 digs, he
He's got
has
good
scored
starts.
at least 50. He averages 48. He's actually got best bowling, 2 for 22.
It's got the Richie figures.
Got the Richie, and he's got the Warney on the catches, currently 23 catches. So it's a good time to look up Steve Smith's stats. But
That guy, he hardly plays Big Bash. So to have those kind of stats and to sit alone at most hundreds is unbelievable. Actually, does it say how many of those have been at the SCG?
no, it
'Cause
doesn't.
you
But
know-
I know at least 3 of them would have to be there because I'm pretty sure the last couple have been there, and obviously the fourth one was there on Friday night. But that is an extremely impressive batting record. And the best part about this was he was the co-record holder with McDermott. So him and McDermott both had 3 T20 hundreds, and Davey Warner was sitting tied third, basically, with 2. He's had 2 Big Bash hundreds. And then on the night, they batted first, the Thunder. Warner scores 100, equals he now has the record as the most hundreds, and then Steve Smith in the next innings goes out and scores another one to jump one ahead once again. So legend it is.
It's more of a case of whatever you can do, fuck
Yeah.
off, I can do better.
Yeah, and his 100
Jesus.
was just super impressive. It was off like 40-something balls. At one point there, he was on track for a 38 ball 100, which is pretty much on track for the best in BBL history. And
What was
pretty
it,
close
41 in the end?
Yeah, a couple of
Yeah.
dots at the end there.
That's weak. That's
but,
piss poor.
And then got stumped on 100, so I guess it was short-lived. But the part that we want to chat about, and this has just blown my mind, is Babar Azam. He is over here from Pakistan. He's the star Sydney Sixers signing. He's obviously opening the batting. He was batting with Smithy. Smithy is about to take the power play, turns a single down, and Bazir's not happy about that. He's pissed off. So, again, you're talking to Steve Smith here, potentially the best batsman since Don Bradman, in a lot of people's eyes. You're in
100%.
his home stadium
Yep.
playing for his team. This is his team. He owns this team, basically.
He pisses excellence at the SCG.
Yes. So he's got the shits. Now, I would get, because the whole point was Smith wanted to face the power play the next over because there was going to be a power play over.
Mm-hmm.
All the fielders have to come in, and Smith thought he was at a good chance of taking some runs. Now, if he doesn't score runs, you're allowed to be pissed off.
100%.
The next 4 balls, Steve Smith, 6, 6, 6, 6, then 4, and then up being a 32 run over, the most in BBL history. Yet he is still pissed off after that over. What is going on here, mate?
So I did enjoy that. I did
Yeah.
enjoy seeing those boundaries. They were sensational. I did see, wasn't so much the confrontation, but you could tell there was annoyance.
Yeah.
There was frustration. You could tell that if Smithy got out after Babar, there's 100% going to be a shit in his bag, and it's
Yeah.
not going to be hard to determine who done it.
yeah.
So I thought I'd get on and have a have a look
You're
at,
talking from experience there, mate. Have you done that before?
well, shit in a letterbox, shit in a cricket bag.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
6
yeah.
one,
Shit in
half
the-
a dozen
shit in
the other.
Yeah.
So I got on and I Googled Babar, and shit hot out of luck because all I'm finding is that cartoon elephant from when we were kids. So I'm a little behind the 8 ball with that, but it did bring up some good memories. A fantastic cartoon. He had a little friend monkey.
Yes.
But you're right. Had Smith either got out or played and missed a few or picked up, 2 dots and then a single, fuck, you'd be ropeable.
Yeah.
But just sit back and enjoy the show.
Sit back. Apparently, he had sand in his vagina throughout the whole time that Smith was smacking sixes. He wasn't giving him much. And then you saw what happened when he got out. He hits his bat on the boundary rope, which is a lovely display for all the kids there. That's obviously in that front row looking for great sportsmanship. But then the best part was he never came back out afterwards to shake hands, and apparently had the shits post with Steve Smith afterwards. And it's like, mate, read the fucking room.
Do you reckon he did shit in his bag?
He probably. Who knows? Who knows?
But you're right.
If I was Steve
Read
Smith,
the
I'd be doing a
fucking
shit
room.
in his bag. You know what I'm saying? But read the fucking room. Could you imagine if he did? Imagine if Steve Smith goes to India, or Babar goes to India and does it to Kohli.
You're fucked.
Oh, you're not getting out of that stadium.
No, you're not. No way. No way. And if you do, you're not getting out of the country.
Oh.
That's honestly, it's the equivalent of you and I going, hey, let's grab a beer. And as we approach the front door of the pub, you cut in front and walk in before me, and I'm fucking ropeable. You then proceed to buy the next 6 rounds, but I'm still fucking annoyed with you.
Yeah.
That's exactly how this has played out.
I could hear you
Shut
sulking.
the fuck up. Enjoy the show that is in front of you.
Yes.
And get on with life. I bet he's on good money too, the sook.
He's on good money. He's batting again tonight because as we record this, they're playing the Brisbane Heat. It's not like he's got to wait 6 months for his next at-bat. He opens the batting. He'll get another chance tonight on a pretty good Brisbane deck. It's just, I couldn't believe it. Like, could you imagine? Like, I'm just trying to think of the people you could imagine walking out on the footy pitch and getting pissed off because Messi decides to take a penalty kick in front of you and then slots at top corner. You're like, fuck him. He's off my Christmas card list. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Or cracking the shits with, fuck, I don't know, any rugby league player, and then they go out and score a hat trick.
Dylan
Win
Brown.
you the game, and you're still fucking ropeable.
Dylan
about
Brown.
it.
Yeah. Like, imagine doing a Dylan Brown, like the
Jesus.
greatest football player ever. Dylan Brown.
But as you said, it's Jesus, you've really jumped on that quick, haven't you? I couldn't even ignore that.
Yeah,
that
I
was
tried.
Hearing you say that was like nails down a chalkboard.
Yeah, I know. Well, I could have said Zach Lomax. Would that have been better? The greatest football player ever?
Fuck, ask him, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
It's him, Dylan Brown, then Johns. Anyway.
So, moving on. Speaking of that, does anyone, you said it yourself, Smith practically, he runs the SCG, scores hundreds for fun. Is it similar now with Stark and the Gabba? Because we're looking at this now. He's just come out and taken 3 wickets in the Big Bash.
Another
the Gabba.
first overer too.
Yeah, and that's what you said. You're like, Stark's taking one the first over. And as you said, you're like, of course he fucking has.
Yeah.
Gee, is there anything these two can't do?
Well, that's right. So
Have they got kids? They don't, do they?
They don't know.
Well, there you go. Can't father a child.
Yeah, but then again, could you imagine? Like, imagine
you
the
want to?
damage that Starkey's doing in the bedroom. I've heard he can swing it both ways.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know about
anyway.
Smithy. I don't know about Smithy though.
No, he's too worried about shadow batting.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll give Smith his credit. In the bedroom, he's one of those guys you can just tell by his demeanour. He wouldn't give up until you got there, would he?
Oh,
He would
I
bat
don't
and
know.
bat and bat and bat all night until you got there. He would split the G. He would split the G.
He'd find it.
Oh, he'd find
He
it.
knows it exists.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I think it'd all come down to his mood. Like, honestly, I reckon if you've come in halfway through and turned the Big Bash off and he's watching it because you want to watch Better Homes and Gardens, you guarantee he's not getting you there.
Nah.
He's not even going to try.
Nah.
Fuck you, it's not about
I
you.
picture him in the bedroom doing, he does the hand movements
Yeah. Yes.
before he puts it in.
He's just mapping out exactly how he's going to do this.
Yeah.
So we're going to come from this
And
way.
then he does his, remember his taunt to The English bowlers.
Oh, fuck.
Maybe
brilliant.
that's the length. I mean, it's this big. It's this big. It's this big. I don't know.
Oh,
There's an interesting new rule. There's an interesting new rule that's coming into T20. I'd love to get your thoughts on it. They're calling it a rule to sort of help out these great Test batsmen. And I think the first people that come to mind when you think about this new designated hitter rule is guys like Travie Head, who couldn't be fucked fielding, and seems to always get into the Test season and goes, I'm taking a break, doesn't play for Adelaide, and you'd love to see Head out there smack some sixes and play some good cricket. So they're thinking about bringing in the designated hitter, where someone will come in and just bat and then get to sit off. Well, Travis Head, you just know that's the case though, right? You don't get a belly like his without wanting to skip cardio.
Oh, so when this was raised, it took me back to, I think it might have been my last year of junior cricket. They introduced something similar. So in junior cricket in the Maitland competition, you had your 11 batsmen, but one of those 11 didn't bowl.
Remember this?
Yeah. And mind you, there was quite a few times where I was the batsman but not the bowler. I tell you, I still had the fucking field. I still had to stand out there at 8:30 in the morning with the fucking wet ground and me pants getting wet and me socks getting wet.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell, I don't like cardio.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I used to always love watching you go out to bat because it was easy for out to field because it was easy for me. I would be keeper, so I knew exactly where I had to stand. You don't move faster than that moment you get on the field and you power to first slip. And I remember playing with some captains who used to love, I mean, call a spade a spade. We used to play with a guy called Sleethy. He once swallowed a fly and he was going on the field when he swallowed the That was amazing. It was amazing. Incredible. But he loved fielding at first slip. And I remember quite a lot of arguments because you got there first. You thought it was yours. I don't know that's how it works.
Possession's 9/10 of the law.
It is.
And
but
in
Sleepy
all honesty,
was bigger than you.
And you know yourself, if you're starting to concede some runs and the wickets have dried up, the first position that's sacrificed is second slip.
Yes.
Don't fucking put me in second slip because then I'm going to end up on the fucking offside or the onside, any side, and I'm going to have to fucking chase the ball.
And the worst part is he would always put you in gully. And that was the first one to go before second.
Fuck. And the worst part was, well, no, there was silver linings at times. They'd put you somewhere where you'd have someone fit behind you. And you're like, yes, they've got that all day. But then the ball would end up going the opposite direction and you got to chase it. The amount of times I've kicked the ball into the rope because they're running their fifth. Like, that shit's just not on.
I do remember even being the keeper going after some down to third man because you were like, I'm not going to get that. And I'd be like, all rightio. So you'd be at the stumps. I'd be down there with pads on and a set of gloves, throwing it to you at the stumps. I don't know how that worked, but I do remember that vaguely.
But yeah, it's because I was sucking them in because I chased one 6 overs ago. Still catching me breath.
Oh, that's good.
Honestly,
that's really
good. I think it's an absolute ripper move bringing in a designated hitter. And I think back, that's something that could have been amazing from the start. How many former cricketers that even didn't get the chance to play T20, Big Bash, shit like that, how many back then would have you loved to have seen in that designated hitter role?
Any come to mind? Because that's a good call.
Honestly, all right, if you have one designated hitter to choose from in the history of cricket, for your first game, who are you choosing? Doesn't matter, living, passed away, anything. Who are you choosing?
Well, my initial thoughts go to Gilchrist, but then I
100%.
think Gilchrist, I like him behind the stumps. And the best thing about being a fieldsman as a keeper, and I can attest to this, is you do go up and down a bit, but you're always just there in the action. It's actually fun fielding when you're a keeper. So it's almost wasting the designated hitter on a Gilchrist, which kind of is interesting because it would be perfect for a guy like him just to go out there and swing the willow.
Yeah, he was my first thought, 100%. Honestly, to the point,
prime Ricky Ponting would be good too.
Yeah.
But then again, he was great in the field.
See, Matty Hayden.
Oh,
Fantastic
that's a good
in
one.
slip.
Yes.
Fantastic in slip, Corden. But again, T20, how quick do you see a slip fucking shafted? All the time.
Yeah.
He would have been fantastic as well.
He would have been very good.
This has potential. This is actually a potential rule change that I could actually get behind. Something that's not controversial and something that hasn't pissed all the players off. Although has it? I don't know.
No, I think people are in for it because I think that's the big thing. Is there was a great game the other day where one of the Perth guys scored runs and even Mitch Marsh scored no runs, and they were both sitting off when it was their turn to field, and they were we're injured, which is actually not right because you go, you're the whole point about scoring runs is you've got to go on. That was your call. You should have said that. I'm injured.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Rocking into cricket training, the rare times you go, batting first, as soon as you've unpadded, you're like, oh, fuck, see you, boys, I've got to go. I've got to get home.
Or just you start doing the cramping. Oh, at the end of your batting, I'm cramping. Oh, I can't bowl.
I'm just gonna stand here and throw a few down too.
Yeah. I better go home and rest this cramp up for the weekend. Scotty, we don't play this weekend. No, we should. I should rest it. I should rest it up.
Needs to be good for the fortnight. All right.
But
I tell you who I wouldn't have as my designated hitter before we move on.
Ew.
Fucking Ben Duckett.
Oh,
that's all.
yeah.
That's all. Enough said.
Yeah. Or, funny enough, Babar Azam.
Babar.
You wouldn't have him on there because if you didn't pick him 1 week or if he doesn't get the strike, you get the shits and go home. Fucking
That's
unbelievable.
sensational.
Now, the NRL is starting to kick off. We're only a matter of weeks away now from the Vegas game. It's in February, Scotty. We're not far away from the Vegas game. Unfortunate, the games that are playing. Like, we've had some great, and I'm a Newcastle Knights fan, but I'm the first to admit, Newcastle versus North Queensland, I mean, really, who cares? It's not like the previous years we've had these great grudge matches over there in Vegas, but it is still a spectacle nonetheless, and it's not far away, which means rugby league season is close, so we kind of get excited again for that.
Yes, 100%. This is it's a real quick transition from cricket to rugby league. Yeah, we have that little middle ground, but you are right. We're getting so close.
I do like my transitions quick, yes.
And do you know what? I 100% have to disagree about these being subpar matches.
Okay,
and
I'll hear you out.
This comes from Jono. Something Jono said to me last season. He's massive in his Supercoach, like froths on it. I'm pretty sure the season ends, and a week later he's already drafting his team for next season. Who's going to be a dual position?
Feel for his partner.
All that kind of shit. And he made a really good point last year because I'd never done it, and I gave it a crack last season, and I enjoyed it. But he's right. If you've got players in there from, say, the Cowboys and or the Knights, and you have absolutely no interest in those sides whatsoever, you'll sit down and get stuck into it because you might have Ponga in there and Dylan Brown. You might have 2 players from the Cowboys. You're going to have a pretty shit fucking Supercoach team if you're rocking 4 from those 2.
Yeah,
true. But you get right into it. You're more involved because you're so keen to see how these players are going to go, thinking about what they're going to score. I'm all for it. That and the fact that it kicks off at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than a beer at 11 a.m.
Oh, yeah, there is. A beer at 9 a.m., but...
Well, touche.
I get your point. It's better than 4 p.m., right?
Well, yeah, and it's more acceptable when there's rugby league on.
Unless it's 8 a.m. and then you're just like, well, I'm still going from last night.
Well, yeah.
Is that acceptable?
You know what? Truth be told, there's enough sport on now. You can crack a beer at 6 if you want and just be like, oh, the NBA's on. Or the Russian ping pong's on. Shut up.
That's right.
Nah. Yeah, I'm all for these subpar games. I think they're going to be fantastic. And you know yourself, pick up the W in Vegas. You can spruik about sitting top of the ladder for 2 weeks or a week at least.
You're good point. And at the end of the day, I think when we originally thought of Vegas, we were thinking of it, and the way Peter V'landys wants to pretend it's about, we're selling it to America. America don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. They're like, you can rent our stadium, pay us millions of dollars, whatever. Just don't talk about it. whatever. You just leave us be. You can have the stadium.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and
Because
just spend some money in
America's
Vegas.
getting the last laugh out of this.
Yeah.
We're renting the stadium. They're charging everyone that attends $30 a beer. They're taking the absolute piss.
And it's Bud Light,
yourself,
so it's not even
Yeah.
full strength.
If you've had, if you've had a skinful at the casino, you've maybe won $70 because you've outlaid 10.
You've been touched by a
not-
footballer, and then you can go to the game and see
You
them.
do not give a shit how much you're paying. You're just sinking them and
Yeah, that's
enjoying
true.
it. They've had the last laugh here.
Yeah,
100%.
They have. So, okay, it's going to be interesting, but it means it's getting close to the season. Now,
Yes.
I know it's still another year away, but the Perth Bears are here, and
Yes.
Mal Meninga is pulling together quite a good team. I mean, it's not the best team in the world, but remember we sat
it's
here at
not
the end of
complete.
last season. I know, but we sat here at the end of last season going, oh, this is not good. This is not going to be easy for them to make, any signings because no one wanted to go to Perth. But what we have noticed is they have actually made some pretty key signings, and I guess I wanted to get your thoughts because your man, you've been all on Tyron
Yep.
Wishart.
Yeah.
And now he's got his own full-time spot, most likely at number 6, playing for the Perth Bears. Are you now going to be a Perth Bears aficionado? Are you moving off the Eagles?
No. You know I can't. But if you've got Wishart anywhere around those halves at all, full time for a season, there's no point anyone else playing.
That's
Give him the
right.
premiership. It's over. It's done. It's
And
done.
the fact that he's next to Toby Sexton, I mean, I hope the Perth massage parlours are ready for him when he gets over there because they will be getting a workout.
What are they going to spend their money on? Because is
I'll
it
see what
true
Toby
there's
will
like
spend
there's no pokies
There's no pokies, but
except for the casino?
Yeah.
Plenty
Which
of,
I think Toby's got a room next door too. I think he'll be in the casino and he'll be next to the Thai massage.
he'll be all good then. He'll be all sweet.
He'll be broke after week 1.
That's why he's put a signing bonus. He just wants shares in his massage parlor. He's
Yeah,
good. He's
yeah.
good. I'm intrigued to see how the rest of their signings pan out. Like, in all honesty, the ones that they've locked in, are they their big names? Are they their marquees?
They have got some good marquees. When you think about Nick Meaney, he played really well for the Storm. So the fact that he's locked in, going to play fullback, I think he'll be very, very good. And then you've also got to say Josh Curran is a great player. So he's locked in there at lock forward. So, I mean, in terms of like where they were at the end of last season, I didn't think they were going to get anyone close to this kind of caliber. It's still going to be, an average side. And look at Redcliffe, look at the Dolphins. Like they have never made a top 8, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I guess they had a pretty good side at the start. It's funny, every side that starts seems to raid Melbourne. Remember the Dolphins raided Melbourne and took like 3 players with them, or four of their players were all like the front rowers. They took I forget who their names are now off the top of my head.
It's because Melbourne's good.
Yes,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. They just raid Melbourne.
Whether you hate them, 100%. And it's a smart move. If you're starting a side, you know exactly where you're starting.
Yeah.
You're going to Melbourne because you know they're well drilled. They're coached really well. You've got to admit, whether you hate Melbourne or not, they have such a good structure. They've got such a good coach. There's just something about them. They have that winning mentality. So 100%, I'd absolutely poach the fuck out of them. But be smart. Be smart. Are you ever swapping Melbourne for Perth? Ever?
Oh, yeah. You've always got to question who is leaving and why. And generally they're leaving because they think they can do better. And that's never normally a good thing because Melbourne is pretty much the pinnacle.
Or you're stuck behind Munster, Harry Grant. Yeah, so it's like, fuck, if I don't leave, then I'm going to be a part-timer. But then that's not bad because you're getting paid really to, I don't know, it's like being a casual worker, but you're on huge coin. It's like you pick and choose when you take shifts.
That's right.
But they pick and choose when you get them now. Yeah, you know what? I think the moves they've made are good. Big fan of Wishart. You know that. I think he's just a sensational footballer. Would have loved to have seen him at Manly at some capacity.
Yeah.
Are they going to set the world on fire? Fucking not a chance. Not a chance. Their logo, I pointed
Yes.
this out to you
We'll chuck it up
pre-show.
on screen now if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, so it's on screen right now.
I had a look at a headline, Daily Telegraph. There's two hidden, well, the meaning behind the two dates. So apparently there's a date hidden in that logo somewhere. I'm fucked if I know. I can see the 1908. Honestly, I think the 1908 is just a piss take.
So what you
Honestly.
think it's do you think the other
Well-
date is hidden somewhere in the image?
Apparently. So I clicked on the article and it was going to cost me $1 to read it. So I fucking backed out. I was like, fuck, do I want to?
Not that keen.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
do I want to?
Yeah,
See,
you're
two
right.
key dates hidden inside new Perth Bears logo.
Do you? Yeah, I mean, do you reckon because they've got 1908 split? Is that the two key dates as well? 19 and 08 something? I mean,
Ooh.
just trying to think how else they could be doing it.
Well, when did the Bears get kicked from the comp?
In 1908. I've got no idea. Maybe on the 19th of what, August. That's crazy.
here we
Imagine
go.
that.
They left in 1999. So fuck knows. I don't know.
It's interesting with this logo because I love that they've gone for the old school. Like the bear looks mean. The bear looks like
Yeah,
he's
it
going to
does
rip you
look fucking
apart.
angry.
Looks
Yeah.
a bit scary. As
Mhm.
opposed to the shit that they've rolled out this year for the Bulldogs. It looks like, what was his name? Rubble from one
Yeah.
of the kids' toy shows.
And
And the Broncos. The Broncos' new
Broncos.
horse looks terrible.
Look, they've done very well. Like you said, it's a fucking angry looking bear, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
You're not patting that bastard.
No, you're not. And I like they've gone mean on it. It's really, really good. I think.
Yeah, and it's a bit scruffy as well.
Yeah.
Like it's got a little bit of like it hasn't shaved for a few days. Like it's just come off a bender. The
I
wife's
was
not
gonna
happy.
I thought you were gonna say rabies. It's got a little bit of rabies.
Well, if it was frothing at the mouth,
Yeah.
we are 100%. That's rabid. That's rabid.
It's got
I
rabies.
like it.
Rabies bear.
I
I
like
like it.
You know what they've done? They've taken a page from the Bulldogs book for logos, and they've fucking spat on it, set it on fire, and they've started from scratch.
Yep.
Fantastic.
The only way to do it. Oh, we've got one other thing to cover off in rugby league. You were talking about Zach Lomax, the Zach Lomax files.
Yeah,
Where are we at with this? Because this has
the
turned into
fuck
days of
is-
our lives.
What is going on now? The question that I asked you: do Melbourne actually want him, or is this a R360 deal falling through, and he's just all of a sudden rocked up on their doorstep, knocking on the door, going, "Hey, like anyone home?"
Well, I love the
Do you
fact
wanna-
that the
do you wanna
Eels have
talk?
basically said, fuck off. Like, you can go. Like, we let you go to go join Rugby 360. We don't want you back. So I love that.
Yeah.
So they've gone, we don't need you.
But I mean, is there more of a bigger switch than Parramatta to Melbourne? And what I mean is, he wants to go to a side whose training sessions last longer than Parramatta's finals campaigns.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
expected to be. He was signed expected to be a solution, like a leader at Parramatta, but then Parramatta themselves don't even know what fucking day they want to turn up.
No, and
Yeah,
remember they
like-
signed him? They signed him on like centre/fullback money.
Slash
And when they
winger
got there-
slash.
When he got
Yeah.
there, they're like, mate, you're playing on the wing. Like, so
Yeah.
they're paying this shitload of money for a guy to sit on the wing, and he does a good job on the wing, but he's a winger. Like, he's not going to win you a game. Like, do you think he's like that important?
Exactly. I don't know. He's leaving a side where, you know, you sit down for your Monday training session and the whiteboard simply says Moses Magic. Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? And he's going to a side where it's like he's left a fucking crack den of a share house, and he's straight away gone straight into SAS Navy SEAL style training. That's what he
Yeah.
wants. But does Bellamy want him? You
Well,
did say it. Who else have they got?
They're losing players left, right, and centre. And generally,
Yeah.
they do take players that are. Cause let's just call a spade here. He went from the Dragons to the Eels. He was hard to manage for both teams. Is he going to handle going there copping a spray from Bellamy? He seems to be this high and mighty kind of guy from what I can gather. Will the first spray from Bellamy, which will probably be on day one, will that send him back at the door and he want to go to something else? Like, that'll be very interesting. That's the first thing we've got to watch for. The second thing we need to watch for, is there a more hated player in the game right now than Zach Lomax?
Fuck no. You know what? I think even Matt Lodge is more liked after the whole New York thing.
100%.
But then think about it. One spray from Bellamy and he's heading to the door. Too bad for him. He'll be locked into a contract.
Yeah, they won't let him. Well,
like,
you know what he thinks about contracts.
To Lomax.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's ever meant shit to him.
Exactly. I can't think of a more hated player right now than him. I think he is up there with the most hated in a long time because of the antics that he's done. Like, all the Dragons supporters were happy to see him go. Now all the Eels supporters are happy to see him go.
Well, that was the other thing as well. If he does go anywhere else, if he doesn't have to go back to Parramatta with his tail between his legs, all Parramatta fans will be in the exact same voice. He's overrated anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If he stayed, be completely different story. Sensational. Just can't kick goals at Origin time.
No.
Fucking woeful. This is it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Quick synopsis was, and I've read this online, Lomax isn't betraying the Eels. He's simply chosen to leave a club where potential goes to die and join one where mistakes are hunted as a sport.
That feels like the last press release he left when he left the Dragons. You know, I'm out of this shithole. I want to go somewhere where we can actually win. They didn't, and now he's going somewhere else where they can apparently win.
Maybe it's him.
I love it. I can't wait to see if he makes it through the training year. Like, it's a different beast being under Bellamy. Maybe he'll lift, maybe he won't, but that's going to be, watch this space, because the antics that come out of that Storm dressing shed are going to be very funny to watch this year.
Well, we've just sat here and tore shreds off him. You watch a story break next week where he signs for Manly, and I'll be on here going, he's best fucking player you'll ever see. I swear to God.
Exactly.
Goal kicking's phenomenal. He can play wherever the fuck he wants. I don't care what you say. He has always been my favourite player.
Piece of anyway, so Big Nelson, speaking of the Melbourne Storm, Big Nelson, I went on Friday night to the pub with the brother-in-law Joey, and we went down and had a couple of beers. We thought we're going to go watch Zoo Zarafa. It's been brewing. We thought this would be a great fight. We got the undercard of Big Nelson, taking on Latimer, who was Latimer's like yeah.
How was it? Because he, like, in all honesty, didn't see the fight. Literally woke up and flicked the news on to get ready for work, and I just saw the confrontation with Zarafa and Zoo.
Yeah.
So obviously the fight had taken place, finished in a no contest. How was Nelson's fight? What did you take from it?
If you watched the post celebration, you were sworn he was Muhammad Ali, dance around, doing the cutthroat, screaming into the camera. I've never seen a more uncoordinated boxer, and I say that with really timidly because I don't want him to fight me because he's a big bastard. I thought the uppercut that he hit Latimer with missed, kind of grazed, and I think Latimer thought, fuck this, I'm out of here.
I'm out.
I've had my money. This is close enough to a hit. I'm done. Mate, he was moving, Latimer. He was moving like a man who needed to go to a retirement home. He looked past his prime. He was jiggling in places he shouldn't be jiggling as a boxer. And it made Big Nelson, who looked uncoordinated and didn't know what he was doing, it made him look like a rock star because he knocked him out in the first round. I said to my brother-in-law, if this fight goes longer than one round, I'm not watching it. It is impossible. It was such a bad fight. And the funny thing is, it felt like WWE because after the fight, he did a parade, like he almost had a ticker tape parade because he knocked this guy out who's 50. He then goes out into the crowd and then starts talking to one of the Burgess boys, and they're thinking that's going to be the next fight. Tommy Burgess versus
that'd be
versus
better.
Nelson. Now that would be a bit better.
That would be good.
After the fight, Burgess said he needs to pick on somebody, you know, who can actually fight, and he reckons potentially could be him. So I would like to see that because I think Big Nelson's got a couple of good punches in him, and God, he's got some reach. That guy was was standing in his corner and was reaching out and patting him on the head on the other corner. Like
48-metre long arms.
Exactly.
But
just can't. Terrible fight. Terrible fight.
Your synopsis, what I've taken from that is there was more footwork from Stephen Hawking than either one of those two.
Yeah.
And
there was more
Nelson,
movement in Jeremy's back fat than there was in the ring between the two boxers. That's the best way to describe that fight.
And Nelson's celebration was similar to every time I got my cousin out in backyard cricket when he was like 7 and I was 13.
Yep.
Yeah.
He just won a premiership. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
And the best part was it was better than the Zoo Sarafa fight because after the second round, as everyone's kind of been well publicised, the best part about Sarafa's theatrics in that was the fact that you don't want to talk bad about the sport of boxing, but we know for a fact through rugby league that concussion hurts brain cells.
Yep.
And Zarafa had a cut above his eye. He clearly knew that was going to potentially be some issues for him later in the fight. Now, he's taken on a Zoo. The other Zoo, the older brother, as we know, had that fight where he busted open in the early rounds. He looked He looked like he was in Gladiator, like he was covered in blood, couldn't see, and still fought and was just heroic.
Mm-hmm.
So with that in the back of his mind, he knew that he was up against it, so he decided to take a non-contest because it was an early thing. But the camera's sitting there right in his face. Like the camera almost bashed him in the face and busted the other eye. That's how close it was. Yet he says to the doctor says, "What's up?" And he goes, "I can't see." Like almost unsolicited. And then the doctor's like, "Are you sure? Like, you definitely," and he's like, "I can't see." And then after that, so the doctor goes, "Well, I've got no choice. I've got to call this fight a no contest." And then he walks away from the ring going, "Oh, like, they've screwed me over. They've screwed me over. You idiot." And then they did the post-match presentation and the guy point blank asked him, "It looked like you said, I can't see." He said, No, I said, I'm fine. It's a bit blurry. How dumb are people? And maybe it's because it's boxing and just a few brain cells gone, but how dumb that camera, like, we can see everything you've said, brother. We can actually hear the audio. Who is he fooling?
Well, see, that was what I saw the next morning was the big blow up in the ring. And Zarafa, was he trying to shake Tim Zoo's hand? And Zoo flat out refused. Yeah. He's like, I was cut above the eye. I fought for X amount of rounds and couldn't fucking see. I'm not shaking your fucking hand. Wow.
And Nikita Zoo, they're saying that Zarafa maybe his career could be done. Like, No Limit Boxing, Big Georgie Rose wasn't impressed. They interviewed him post-match. He was pissed off because, the best part about this whole scenario was the fact they were in Brisbane. One crowd that won't put up with shit is the Brisbane crowd. They were going to tear the ring apart. There were beers flying in, and Brisbane people don't like giving up beer or Bundy. But one thing about an 11 o'clock fight time is they are full of Bundy by that point, and they are pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were pissed.
That's late too, isn't it?
Yeah, for a known contest. And it was a good first couple of rounds. Like, it was a good couple of rounds, but...
fucked if it goes the distance.
Yeah,
especially when you got to work and you got kids and... You know what I mean?
It's good being away. It's good being away from the house. Like, we're at a pub, Scotty. We're eating chips and calamari. We were fucking doing it tough.
Rocking in
I
at
was
4.
worried.
Rocking at 4 the next morning. Go, sorry, babe. Fight went a distance.
She's
what
like,
am I supposed to do?
I heard it was a non-contest. Yeah, but we then found the races in Paraguay, and they went the distance. Was on. Yeah, Shartim was on. Unbelievable. But yeah, that was quite the disgrace. It's going to be interesting to see where that goes now. So where Big Nelson goes next for his fight and what happens with Nikita Zoo, but there's no way he's going to be fighting Zarafa again. You wouldn't think after that disgrace.
Jesus, what a shit show.
Let's touch on the NFL quickly before we move into our comment club and go over what's happening around the world of the tip-off. We're heading into the final games now. It's close to Super Bowl Monday.
What do we got? We got 2 games here, Rams and Bears. And then you've got Texans, Pats. Whoever wins out of Rams, Bears, Seahawks, who destroyed the 49ers today, punished them 41-6.
Yeah.
Winner of the Texans, Pats, will play Denver Broncos. But there's a couple of things that I've taken from this. One, we are now one day close to the Super Bowl, and you know what that means. It's another day closer to Aussies overpaying for piss at an establishment and getting subpar, piss-poor American barbecue
Yeah.
when they watch a game where 90% of the crowd have no fucking clue what's going on.
Yep.
No clue. And I get the impression this is now, just looking at the bracket, this is a final series that no one gives a flying fuck about.
Yeah,
At all.
It's just shaping up that way. I think the only way it can be saved a little bit is if the Patriots make it. At least they are kind of a storied franchise.
Yeah.
But there's no
A lot of
Brady, so
success there.
it's a bit of a different one. And no Belichick.
You know, looking at that, honestly, I think a lot of people kind of fell off when the Eagles went out to the 49ers because, you know, they won it last year. I know for a fact there's a lot of Philadelphia Eagles supporters in Australia. Former South Sydney Rugby League player.
Yeah.
Can't pronounce his name. He plays for him. Big bastard. Big prick.
He's big boy.
Told he was too big to be a professional rugby league player, so he just went over there and fucking touted up, won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But,
made way more money.
100%. Oh, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I just get the impression that no one really gives a shit about this, and you're just going to have a bunch of drunk bastards that have no clue what's going on. They don't understand the rules, and they're going to be paying $11, $12 a schooner. Enjoy.
Complaining,
Jesus.
why does this mayo taste weird? It's like, it's ranch, you dickhead. You know
How
what I'm
good's
saying?
ranch?
How good is ranch?
Oh,
I remember when
Jesus.
we went to America and we discovered ranch for the first time, even though it's clearly in our supermarkets, but we just don't use ranch like Americans use.
Exactly.
But we came back and we were putting it on Vegemite and toast, but we were putting it on everything.
Pizza,
Like, it was-
fucking everything.
I was cleaning my teeth with it. Like
Yeah.
it was lube, it was everything.
I remember that night we were going out for drinks, and I'm like, "Oh, let's have some shots before we go out." Pulled the fucking ranch out. Like, fuck! What a way to start the night.
Oh, it's the best.
Who
It was the
needs
absolute
to worry
best.
about cholesterol levels? Fuck that.
Exactly. Well, Americans clearly don't.
Exactly.
They never give a shit about that. But I thought the funny storyline, or not funny, it's actually really brutal, is Josh
Oh.
Allen, who plays for Buffalo. We thought maybe this could be his crack to get to the Super Bowl now that Mahomes was out with injury and it looked like the Eagles were done. And it was just like, here's a chance to skate on through. And then they get knocked out by the Denver Broncos. But the Denver Broncos, it went to OT that game. The second last play of the game, their quarterback breaks his fucking ankle. So he's done. He's going into surgery on Wednesday next week or Tuesday next week, and his season is over, which means you got to think that the Broncos are pretty well staffed. Like that's a big loss at this part of the year.
This goes one of two ways. Their second string quarterback, who has no playoff experience whatsoever, comes out and shits the bed, and the Texans or Pats, whoever they play, just waltz in with a training run of sense. Or this untested, untried second string quarterback comes out, fucking dominates, makes a name for himself, and is the next big thing.
Yeah.
I reckon he's going to shit the bed.
Yeah, most likely. Unless he looks like Wishard. Wishard comes out, second string halfback half the time. Could he like take some Melbourne Storm kind of advice and just see what Wishard does and just do that?
Mate, if it's anything like Wishart, I'm all of a sudden on the Broncos bandwagon.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I feel like I'm leaning Drake May-ish. I'm loving the Patriots. It's been a good year for them. They didn't expect it, and they're playing really well. It's going to be a fun game tomorrow.
That's the other thing as well. Like Chicago Bears, it's it's been so long since they were in the playoffs, let alone this deep. I don't even think their fans know what to fucking do. Yeah. They don't even understand what's going on. Like they're rocking in, going, "Are we meant to be here? Like, did you send us the invite instead of like someone else?"
Yeah.
It's crazy. It really is. But fuck, you'd think after the Seahawks putting on 41 today, I watched it. Every time they had the ball, their running back it was like he was just walking yards for the fun of it. No one wanted to touch him. Looking at this, I mean, there's 3 teams left that had a 14-3 record. Denver, Pats, Seahawks. I'm going to follow you, and I'm honestly hoping the Pats win it. 100%.
Yeah. All right. Let's just touch on this now.
It's time to give everyone just the tip. Come on, boys, is it in yet? The tip-off.
Yeah, a brand new
That's
tip-off opener.
brilliant. That is fantastic.
And any woman that's been with you or I, Scotty, knows that the tip is everything, and
That
we're
is.
not just the tip, we're fully in.
Yeah.
Last year, you won the tip-off. It's where we basically have a multi each, $500. The winner at the end of the year gets to ask the ultimate favour. Hard to say. I've spoken into this, and I've got myself one veto. So what you won. So you have the favour to ask of me. You can ask me anything.
You're losing sleep over this, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah. Because the part that's got me is the fact you don't know what you're doing, and all it means is one person comes with one idea and shit hits the fan. You know what I mean? And like I've got one testicle left or something like that. You know what I mean?
I've thought about this, and I know it's not the rules, and it's not what we discussed. But you're married to an Italian. They can be fiery.
Oh yeah.
So tomorrow, I want you to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to turn around and go, oh, I think Scotty's got it. I think he's got it for the tip off. I think he knows what he wants to do. I don't know. I think he wants me to bleach my hair.
Oh, is that where you're leaning? The bleach?
I think so. Only because it's not something that's going to affect you. It's not something that's going to cause. Well, it probably would. Because, but no, hear me out. If you do it and you have it for, say, let's go 5 days, you don't like it, you can have it. You can go and throw a brown hair dye in. Your greys are gone then. Yeah, of course you can. Go see a hairdresser. They'll sort you out. Don't stress. But because of that situation, just float the idea and just gauge her reaction.
Okay.
If she turns around with a flat out, no, then we'll lock it in.
Yeah. It's interesting because my brother-in-law, Joey, is getting married in like a month's time, 2 months' time, and I am in the bridal shower. Like I'm in the bridal party. The bridal shower. I'm not in the bridal shower. It could be. It'd be a bit awkward. And she'll be like, why are you
very
here?
interesting. So let's lock in a Mike Tyson face tattoo then.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
All right. I'll come back to you next week. We'll see how we go.
I tell you what. If we can get away with you bleaching your hair, I am more than happy for it to be after the wedding.
Okay.
Minimum 5 days it has to stay in.
Okay. All right.
And it has to be done so your hair is bleached for the next show.
Right. Okay.
I want it, So float that idea.
It's time for Comment Club. Normally I ignore all the comments. I get a lot of them. I've got to get paid for this crap.
Okay,
Cool,
Comment
Donald.
Club time. Thank you very much, Mr. Donald Trump. If you want to get into this part of the show, it's very, very easy. Just email us anytime you like, talkingsportreport@gmail.com. We read out your emails here. You can also cheeky slide into our DMs at Talking Sport Report on TikTok, Instagram, and, of course, YouTube as well. We've got one from Marty. He messaged us on Instagram and basically said you've missed a few. Last week you went through the great names that we had in the Ashes series. So we had Root, we had that great vision of all three players standing side by side.
Root.
Tongue, ass, Root, and then we had like Head and Cummings. He said you missed a couple of good ones. Back in the day on The Chase, they had a question and the host couldn't stop laughing when he talked about a skier called Fanny Schmeller. Yeah. That was a cracker.
But did you ever see where they came into his house with Fanny Schmeller? He was in bed. Yeah. Oh, I'll have to find it for next week. Absolutely sensational.
I thought that was a really, really good one. He also mentioned that back in the day, we forgot the second ever Chinese player to play our great sport of cricket, Richard Cheekwe. Yeah, Mr. Cheekwe. And another one behind the other one was Hunter Poon. He was the first. Hunter Poon was the first. So imagine that. Poon's going at the bat. In 1923, Poom was out to bat. But yeah, good old Richard Cheekwee. He was also a part of the band Six and Out with Brett Lee back in the day as well. But very, very good New South
Brett
Wales
and
player.
Shane?
Yeah.
Definitely.
So he said, thank you for those. Obviously, Scootus missed them, but, here's some research to help you in. So thank you, Marty, you legend. Thank you for chucking that in and being a part of the comment club. Have you got any on your side of the fence, Scotty?
Nah, see, no one really messages me.
That's good. I like it that way.
I will say, massive shout out to Nev with his idea last week for the multi. We did fall a leg each short, which would have been a nice little collect for the Punters Club, but hats off to Nev. That was absolute fantastic idea. Loved it. Was sweating.
What was the idea again? Just to recap.
So you and I combine. He donated 25 of his own hard-earned dollars to our Punters Club for you and I to combine heads, come up with a multi.
Yeah.
Which we did. My first leg fucked it. Sorry, Sluggy. I took the Philadelphia Eagles.
You did it again.
Second time I've taken them. Second time they've lost. So that leg lost, and I was done. I was stressing because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to lose a multi, and it's my only leg that. But no, you missed a leg as well, so I was a bit relieved. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a sensational idea. And just back to Marty real quick. He's punching through the episodes. He's almost caught up. So he started late. Yeah, almost. He's interested to hear my biggest win on the punt, which I'd have to go back through. And then he sent me a few multis. We've exchanged back and forths.
Well, that's interesting because there was a great comment around the fact that maybe we could turn the tip off, and maybe let's lock it in. Next week we'll bring the tip off back again for the week. Let's do a multi. You and I combined up, and the idea was to do it against one of our great listeners of the podcast. So if you've got a great bet, a great multi, has to be 4 legs.
Yep.
Send it in to us, talkingsportreport@gmail.com ahead of next Sunday. So it has to be not this coming Monday, but it has to be active from the following Monday. So we can do it on the show on the Sunday night, and we'll put our multi, Scotty and I, up against you, and we'll see who wins. So that can be our multi for next week.
I'm a bit nervous about you throwing it out because Marty then sent me a screenshot of a multi. He jagged 47 of 48 legs. He got 1 leg wrong.
So you know what I say he's getting greedy. If you're getting 47 legs, just end it at 40.
Pay. Yeah, you're expecting a fucking payout. But you know yourself, you take 1 leg out, you've gone from a $3,500 to 1 multi to a $7.
I know, but when you get into 40, mate, I don't know if it really matters that much, does it?
Either you're fucking bored or you're greedy as fuck.
Yeah. He's trying to pay like his home off or something like that with that multi. 47 legs.
No, I think he had $4 on it.
Wow, that's impressive. Actually, one of our great listeners, one of the regular show goats, Nev, as you've spoken about, he has been on fire lately with his multis. He's been doing like the 10, 12 legger. He missed one the other day that he sent me a text through going, geez, he's killing it for our Punters Club. So
yeah,
I'm worried if we're taking on someone like a Nev. But anyway, chuck your bets in. If there's multiple multis coming through, maybe we take on multiple people, Scotty. I don't know. We'll wait and see what it goes next week. But send through your tips. talkingsportreport@gmail.com, and we will do the multi next weekend. There's one other email. Yep.
I was going to say, you and I haven't taken on multiple guys at once since, we were at the Belmore last, back in our 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big difference then to punting, isn't it?
Yeah. Speaking of which, hey, next Saturday night, I'm at the Belmore.
What for?
I'm going to come down for a beer. No, actually, no, it won't be now. Shit, no, it's actually changed. I won't be there next Saturday night. Don't stress.
Okay.
Take that
Cancel
out.
that.
All right. One other email before we go. Luke Gilchrist wrote to us. He said, "G'day, lads."
Legend.
He said, "Looking forward to taking you lads on in the footy tipping competition. Sing out if you need a hand setting it up and running it in the ESPN footy tipping app is on the go." Now, my biggest fear is I don't know how much I want to give to footy tipping. I don't mind footy tipping, actually. That's probably okay. The team stuff, like the super coach, just takes up way too much time for my liking.
Oh, I do the Premier League one, and fuck, I'm surprised if I get 30 minutes a week of work in.
Yeah. So let's say
that's
yes,
normal.
Gilly. Let's do a footy tipping comp, and we'll chuck the
Right.
code up. Gilly, can you look after it? Can you open us up a tip? Let's call it the Talking Sport Report Cup or something along those kind of lines, and we'll get anyone who listens to this podcast to jump in if they want on the ESPN app, and let's do it. Let's do it, and maybe the winner at the end of the year can get a wristy from Scotty.
I'll do it for free. Do it now.
Yes, that's true. He had an idea for last year's Punters Club punishment, which will be coming my way. But basically, he wants us to put a $50 bet on the other person's favourite footy team to win the NRL Grand Final. So it would be, for me, putting a $50 bet on the Eagles to win the Grand Final. And the reason for that is, every time you log into your sports account, you realise that you've basically got this bet that's sitting there to remind you of how shit you went in last year's competition. Every single time you log on. I mean, that is brutal next level kind of punishment. That's like putting on heavy metal music and not letting someone sleep.
That's actually really good.
Yeah. So that's a good one from Gilly.
Yeah, I think I'm all for that, to be honest.
And the best part about it is you're an Eagles supporter. I'm a Knights supporter. There's no way our teams are winning the grand final. So it's $50 throwing away as well, which is even funnier.
Well, I just thought about that. And what if we edit it a little bit? Because that's an absolute ripper idea. What if we have a look at what the odds are like for, say, making the top 8 or making the top 4? Like right now, Knights are $4.50 to make the 8. I'd be happy to put 50 on that. Manly's paying $2.
Well, I think this is where the Hitler brain of Luke Gilchrist comes out, because I don't think he wants you to win. I think he wants this.
It's true.
The idea of this punishment is to remind you all year until the grand final, and you ain't going to win.
What about top 4? $14 for the Knights.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. But
That's actually really good.
I've got to take this Eagles, which is worse.
But winning it's actually pretty good as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want me to win.
That's actually good. All right, come back to me with the bleaching, because that's actually a really good option. I like it.
Yeah. What if I just do anal bleaching? Does that count? Please, like an hide it.
You've actually stumped me. I've got nothing. I don't even have a comeback for that.
And with that, it wraps up episode 40 of the Talking Sport Report. Thank you, Scotty, for another great week. Mate,
thank you. What a great night. Everyone, have a fantastic week, except for you, Zach Lomax.
That's the new one. Is it good? Fuck you, Ben Duckett. Fuck you, Zach Lomax. If you do get a chance, please subscribe to the podcast on your favourite podcast app, wherever you're listening to this. It makes a huge difference for you to be subscribed. While you're there, give us a 5-star rating. And we're back again next week. Same time, same channel. We'll be hopefully not talking about Zach Lomax. Until then, peace, love, dub.